Alrighty, welcome everybody. I meant to wear my little Santa elf hat, but I forgot. So, if you're sliding into home plate just like we are, we're in good company. Welcome to December, the last month of the year, and it's going to be a great month. I don't see why we can't all crescendo to 2026 as we work our businesses and as we help people get started on product, get started on the business. I want you guys to be thinking about the possibilities of what's going to happen in December. And I told the ladies on the call earlier that I've personally taken the stance that regardless of what my team is doing, I'm going to be in personal momentum. So if that is you this month, type it in the chat. Your team will do about half as much of what you do. And so it's really important to dig in, stay consistent, figure out, pre-plan what your day or what your week looks like. And we all have days and weeks where sometimes, regardless of the best effort, sometimes we still have things come up. But it's the whole entire week, the cumulative effect of what happens. So you can't let like one day completely derail you, right? So anyways, that's not what I'm popping on here to talk about. But there's going to be some good things happening. We have some guest speakers on the call tonight. We have some reminders. I know there's still people trying to get on. I'm still trying to admit to the room. I did want to kick off with just sharing some wins. So if you want to type in the chat, shout someone out that's from your team or a sideline that did a great job in November, pop it in the chat. If you had a win or a learn, please pop that in the chat. Like this, we're all about sharing what's working right now. Things that we're learning. It's not complaining and it's not being negative. Sometimes this is what happened. And can you guys hear me? And it's slow. Hopefully you can hear us. Yeah. So anyways, we want you guys to feel free to share what's going on, what's working, what you've been learning. It's a really good practice because part of getting better is evaluating what you're doing and then looking to make the pivots where necessary. And the evaluation piece is a huge part of network marketing. It's a huge piece of entrepreneurship, right? Okay, anyways, we had 225 new VIPs join the team. So welcome to everybody that's new. If this is your first ever team call, can you chime in the chat? We want to hear from you. We had a lot of people we had Jules earn Jewel Momentum Bonus, which means that they grew by 100 points and got a $300 bonus. We had a lot of people earn the Christmas cash bonuses. So if that was you, chime in the chat. We want to recognize you. We had 37 Christmas cash earners. Some people earned $150, some people earned $300, and we had 4 people max out that incentive and earn $450. That was Amy Booker. She helped 12 new VIPs get started. Nicole Edgerly helped 10. Ariel helped 9. And Lisa Goodwin helped 9. So congrats, you guys. Huge congrats. That's amazing. We also had 5 people go silver. We had 3 new senior silvers, and we had a new gold, which hopefully you're going to hear from our newest gold on one of the next team calls. So Fiona, if you're on, congratulations. Major congrats to you and to everyone else that ranked up in November. Alrighty. All right, so go ahead and if you're just popping on, chime in the chat. Even if you can't put on your video right now, chime in the chat. Shout out someone, shout out a win or a learn. If you're able to put your video camera on, we love to see faces. All right, do you want to share next real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
So I have it's a challenge. So I put it together the other day.
I know it's slow. I hope they can still hear us.
Okay. So anyway, sorry, our internet's kind of jacked up. So anyway, the other day on Sunday, I preached a message at church about Thanksgiving. Of course, it was the end of Thanksgiving, but just reminding everybody that Thanksgiving is not just a one-day box of decorations. It's not a season. It's the experience of the believer. And so We have a lot to be thankful for. And so I put together a challenge. It's a 31-day challenge through the month of December. So I looked up every time in the Bible where it says thanks, Thanksgiving, thankful, unthankful. It was like 141 verses, I think. And so I pulled 31 of those verses out and I made a list. And so really it just challenged the people at our church that just read one a day throughout throughout December. What a great time to continue your Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving, not just end it with Thanksgiving Day. And so I'm going to be putting this into, we'll be putting it onto the team page and into the groups. And so if you want to, you can follow along. And the reason that I do this is because when it comes to business, especially this business, this is a people business, and this business is hard. Like this business it's simple, but it can be difficult sometimes, and it can be frustrating because we're dealing with people and we're dealing with people issues, and so it's not always rosy, and so sometimes this business can get hard. And so one thing is with this list, I mean, it's just a reminder of thanks. It's a reminder of gratitude. It's a reminder of Thanksgiving. And honestly, when we develop a habit of giving thanks, it really changes your environment. It changes your business. It changes your home. It changes your office. It changes yourself, right? And so when we start speaking these things, and so anyway, it's just a simple challenge. It's like one verse a day to read over, and every verse has something to do with Thanksgiving, thankful, give thanks. And so it's just a great reminder especially throughout these holiday seasons. It should be the best time of the year, but it can become stressful because we're dealing with people and we're dealing with family and just all the things, and Cyber Monday, and we're dealing with Black Friday and all the stuff, and too much sugar and too many carbs and just all the stuff. And so just a reminder to give thanks for those things is all it is. So we'll put that in all the groups so you can take part if you want to. I'd encourage you to do it, though. It'll be beneficial if you do.
All righty. We just got off of Black Friday. We just finished Cyber Monday. If you have not gone and snagged a damage control face mask, soothing treatment mask, go do it. I'm excited to try mine out. Also, Calming Cocoa is still available. If you have not tried it yet, you should totally try it. And it's a great little gifty. And then also chime in the chat if you ordered one of these 12 days of wellness. I just wanted to give an idea for this. If you ordered one, use it as social media content, as like a little pop every single day. Do a live or do live in your story and open up one of the little doors so that you can feature that product, talk about it, share why you like it, or share why you're excited to try it. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of creativity to continue to share what we have, right? And so this is a great tool. If you did purchase it, it makes a great gift. Hopefully you got one for you and as a gift to somebody also. But there's little samples, 12 samples, and I just thought it would make such a fun social media thing. So anyways, creative idea for social media if you if you have those on hand, or you have even one on hand that you purchased, because you always want to be sharing. You want to be talking to your audience on social media and educating, adding value and educating. And so that would be a great little tool to use. And it forces you to talk about maybe products you've never talked about. Maybe your customer base. And remember, when you're on social media sharing, you're reselling yourself and your current customers on why they're still using these products, right? And so it's important to talk about the products that you love. And also it's important to showcase other products, because how many of us have consistent Triplex users? They may have used Triplex for years and have zero idea about all the other products Plexus has, right? Until we start to talk about it. And that's one thing I tell people, like, this business is great because if you need to take a break, you can totally take a break. But I do feel like for retention purposes, if you want to continue to maintain and keep the people that you have already started on products, I personally think it's really, really important to continue to show up on social media. Maybe not as much as you were before if you're having to take a break, but at least keep your toe in the door on social media, because it will continue to help retain the current customers that you have, because they see that you're still enjoying your products. They're still seeing you trying new products, or taking sharing about the things that you're using and loving and why they're helpful and why they're good. And, even you sharing like, oh my word, I just learned that Calming Cocoa, yada, 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 whatever. They took the seed oils out. It also is a proprietary blend, and you can go research a tiny bit about the, I can't even pronounce it. It's a South African plant renowned for helping manage occasional stress, anxiousness, and nervous tension. Calming Cocoa is the perfect way to unwind. Something simple like that. You can even read a little product description that's on the product. That's also simple too. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. All right. If you're just hopping on, please share a win in the comments, or tag a teammate, shout out a friend. It's always fun. We love celebrating on these calls. Okay, I'm going to kick it over to Melody. She's going to share, and then Marissa is actually jumping on right now. So Melody, why don't you go ahead and take it away? You can give a little plug for the Diamonds in December. I hope you guys are all plugging into that. If you haven't, there's still time.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do some quick tips on some things. I wanted to go over incentives really quick first, so that we're all crystal clear on what we have available from Plexus this month. I'll do it really quick. The first thing is next day pay, you guys. That is still going on. When you sign someone up, Plexus pays you the next day. Such a blessing. We also are being rewarded with cash for adding 3, 6, or 9 new VIPs. So that is such a blessing from Plexus. There's also the $10 credit when your 100 PV subscription runs this month. And if it ran last month and it runs again this month, Plexus will double that and do a $40 product credit. I already redeemed mine from my $10 from last month. It was so nice. It just popped right up there when I went to place an order for my Cyber Monday goodies. So that was nice. So they're doing that again in December. Which is such a blessing. I hear tell there might be something exciting tomorrow, so just pay attention tomorrow. And then the last thing is December 1st through the 15th, we are getting double Leaders Retreat credits for every level 1 we sign up. So that is huge, and I'm so thankful Plexus is doing that. Okay, so today's Diamond in December really hit me between the eyes, and I am just going to share from that. Rebecca Folks is incredible. So if you have not listened, please go listen. It is so good. She is so wise, and I feel like it's very clear when you listen to her that she has gone through a lot of personal development. She just has such wisdom to share. She's very well-spoken, very inspiring. And she spoke today on something that I thought was so good, and that is just taking extreme ownership for your business. Not letting the excuses in the way, not letting the setbacks or the obstacles keep you down, but what to do with that. And so honestly, you guys, I just wrote out a page and a half of notes while I was listening to her, because I just felt like I don't want to miss this. I don't want to lose this training. I don't want to forget it. I want to turn around and teach it to my team. So everyone on my team, you're going to hear this again tomorrow on the team page, because I just want to learn it myself. I want to soak it in. If you already heard that video, you're just going to get a little recap with me tonight. But anyway, are you a dabbler or are you a business owner? My notes are kind of on the side here, so I'm just going to look over when I'm getting my notes. But okay, Rebecca said, if we truly believe in this opportunity that Plexus has for us, and we truly have vision for where we're going and what we're doing with it, and we're excited and we're passionate, then in that case, we need to be talking about the stewardship aspect. What is it going to take to get there? What is that going to look like? And she said, remember, with a traditional business, there's a lot of startup costs. You have employees to pay, you have other loans, maybe certifications you have to go through, whatever credentials you need, right? There's so many startup costs that we do not have with Plexus. So we have some initial energy and time we absolutely have to pour into this, but we're not paying the big bucks. And so, what a blessing to have that freedom as we're beginning our business. But the flip side of that freedom is that it comes with ownership. It comes with responsibility, and honestly, a lot of hard work and diligence in that hard work. Okay, so let me go back to what she said here. Okay, we do have this opportunity from Plexus, and this is where we have to have solid belief in where we're going, because we're not always going to feel motivated. We're not always going to feel like showing up. But if it's crystal clear to us where we're going, then we'll continue to work hard. So the question is not, can you? That's not the question. The real question is, will you? Will you keep showing up even when it's hard? There is a really cute baby distracting me. Okay. Between your desires and your results is something called dedication. Anna, your baby's adorable. He can stay on the Zoom. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I'm a mom and he's super cute. Okay. So between your desire and your results is a path called dedication. You must be absolutely committed to that dedication. And that means not working just when you feel like it or when new ideas strike or motivation comes or you're having a good day, right? But that means showing up day in and day out. That means the posting, that means the follow-ups, that means the new reach outs, that means the events. Remember, in the midst of this, your thoughts will compound. So you're either going to have a lot of negative thoughts if you allow those to stay, and those are going to compound for you and then present an even bigger obstacle. Or you're going to have a lot of positive, excited, affirming, victorious thoughts that if you're practicing those are going to compound. And I just thought that was such a good point that she made there. So she shared this quote. Okay. She shared this quote: the best way to predict your future is to create it. I thought, wow, that is so what we do here with Plexus. So here's a couple practical things. How do you take extreme ownership? What does that look like for all of you as you're leading your Plexus team? She says, number one, decide your weekly actions. Put a reminder on your phone if you need to, but once a week, plan out your work hours, plan out your time. How many reach outs and follow-ups are you planning to do that week? How many posts? Are you running a messenger event or an in-person event? So you need to plan that out. Secondly, you must track it. Maybe it's an IPA sheet, maybe it's an accountability chat, maybe it's just a note on your phone. How are you tracking the actions you're taking? Number three, we set it on the table. Go ask Daddy. Mama's on a Zoom. Okay. Number three is, who are you accountable to? So we can take all the actions. We can plan it all out. But if we're not accountable to someone, it's a lot easier to get distracted, set it aside. We're not doing that, right? So we need someone to be accountable to. And then number four is to review. So to go and look back. And that, she said, is really where the gold lies. Because if we're not reviewing, we're not able to self-evaluate and learn and grow and develop. So this is ownership in motion. It's the little things that come that will pull us away from our dedication and belief. And I thought that was a really good point too. It's not some big event where, something big happens, but it's little things. It's when we allow those thoughts that I'm guilty of doing this, you guys. It's when we allow those little thoughts or those little fears or doubts or whatever to keep ruminating in our minds, right? That is what pulls our belief away, pulls our dedication away, right? That is the battle. That is what we want to watch for. So the excuses, the distractions, and the procrastinating, these self-sabotage, these erase or diminish our potential. And so that's what we're fighting against, okay? Avoiding the little things that are actually self-sabotaging your own hopes and dreams. Ownership says, I am going to do the little things. I'm not going to put them off for tomorrow. I'm going to stay dedicated. I'm doing them now, day in and day out. Distractions and resistance will come, but having a weekly plan and sticking to it, having accountability with that, that will help you prepare for those times and protect your business. And I thought that was such a great point too. Like, we have to protect our business. We have to protect the garden, so to speak, that we're growing, right? That's the same with our business. So I'm almost done. She had a couple incredible quotes that I just want to end with. I thought were so profound. I'm going to write them out and have them here on my desk because I just want to really think about them. Okay, so the first one was, if you don't plan your priorities, your distractions will plan them for you. Isn't that incredible? So true, right? If you don't plan your priorities, your distractions will plan them for you. Okay, next one. Will you stand up to your doubts or distractions and say, not today, I've got a business to build? So I love that. Let's just say it out loud. We've got a business to build. Okay, and the last one. Every dream or what if that you have is possible, but possibility belongs to those who stay in motion. Okay, every dream or what if you have is possible, but possibility belongs to people who stay in motion. So that is my encouragement to you, no matter how hard or easy it is right now, no matter where you're at. You might be on a mountaintop having a great time. Stay focused, stay diligent. It will continue. Maybe not though. Maybe you're down in a valley or kind of in between. Stay diligent, stay focused, take ownership. This is your business. This is your garden. Guard it, protect it, tend it. It will grow. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for letting me share.
Love that. I hope you guys are taking notes. Please chime in that. Sorry, can you guys hear me? My network is bad. Chime in the chat what spoke to you. I love, Melody, that you shared those truth nuggets. And it's really important to fortify your mind all month long in December, because there's going to be a lot coming at us as moms, as business owners. There's lots more on our plate typically. And so I just wanted to encourage you to tap into those diamonds in December. Like Melody just gave you kind of the cliff notes, but go tap in because those are so good. Pop an earbud in. That's what has propelled me forward, because I think it's fortified my mind for me to encourage myself. That way, when it was work time, I had good thoughts in my head, and it wasn't like I was just crash landing out of nowhere. Like, oh my goodness, what action am I supposed to take? I had inspiration while I was doing all the mom things, right? Some of the tasks that are a little bit more mindless, laundry, dishes, driving in the car, when you're getting ready for the day, in the shower, while you're at the gym, walking or whatever. Pop those earbuds in so that you can be tapping into those diamonds in December. So good. Please chime in the chat something that triggered your thought process, something that helped fortify yourself for December, because it's going to be a busy month. It's going to be a great month. I did want to do a couple of quick reminders, and then Marissa's going to share. Don't forget about the holiday December deal drop. That is 6 p.m. on December 4th. Okay, that's Thursday. Don't forget about that. That is for your VIP customers. It is for potentials. It is for brand ambassadors too. Anyone that wants to learn more about the products. It's with Dr. Hartman. It's going to be like 30 minutes. And this is actually a really great idea. Hopefully you guys have all been scheduling your global sip and seas. If you didn't see the scoop about this at the one-day retreat I hosted, but get a global sip and see on the calendar and register it through the link. I'll pop it in the chats again, but you can go register your event. And the event can literally be you meeting at a coffee shop with a couple girls or a couple guys, if you're a guy. It can also be online, but when you register your event, you as the hostess will get 3 codes that you'll be able to use for new VIP signups. Okay. So we're going to kick off the month of December with some incredible events. In-persons is what I recommend, but get in connection with, get in community with people, because that's going to be So fantastic. But it would be fun if you met up with some friends or invited people over to learn more about Plexus, and you schedule it even around that holiday deal drop call it's at 6 p.m. I love using a third-party tool. Use a video of someone else or a live call that you can showcase during your in-person event, right? That's just an idea. Just an idea. But the global sip and share goes from December 3rd through December 7th. So, you don't have to overthink these events. You can decide today when you're going to host it. Plan. I mean, you don't even have to have a plan per se. Just decide to do it. You'll figure out the plan in the process. That's how I roll, and it's worked for me so far. Okay, works for us. Alrighty. Also, I want to just throw a loop around really quickly. The things that we're committing to in December. Number one, we're committing to the Thanksgiving scriptures. Justin, we will get those popped up on the team page and in the chat so you guys can be fortifying your mind with thankfulness. That way we don't just skip past, and we really allow God's word to change our mind. And the way we approach life through the lens of thankfulness changes, because there is opportunities. There's been endless opportunities today and yesterday for bad attitudes, grumpiness, ungratefulness. I mean, it's myself, it's the kids, we're realizing oh man, when you make a commitment to be thankful and to let those scriptures really infuse your life and your mind, we will come away from December changed people if we do it. All right. Number two, commit to the Diamonds in December calls. You guys, it's not hard. Those calls are maybe 5 minutes. They're video clips. They're not even calls. You don't have to hop on live. It's just every single day they're posted on the team page. Go listen if you have to. And if you miss a couple days, go back and get them. I do that all the time. It's I want to listen to this. I want to listen to this. So sometimes there's busyness. So you just catch up. You just go binge listen, and don't let it just go in one ear, one out the other. Always try to have some sort of item or action for thing that you want to do for immediate action. Implement for immediate action, whatever that thing is. Every time you listen to a call, you want to go take some action right away from that. Okay, and then the third thing is, I forgot to say this earlier, we want to have a doubled number of Christmas cash earners as a team, okay? We're going to have very specific focuses this month, and I don't see why we can't double those numbers. We had 37 in November. Why can't we have 75 in December? Let's go for it, okay? If you're in, comment in the chat. I don't know, pop a 1 in the chat or a smiley face or something. If you're in for earning Christmas cash, you add 3, $150. You add 6, you get another $150, $300. You add 9, and don't think it's impossible. You guys, seriously, if you take the chair challenges and you're just willing to tap in and do the work, like Alita said on the last call that she did with us, work works. And I think sometimes we're scared of the work because working works. And so it brings more work for us. But we want to challenge you guys. We're going to go for doubled Christmas cash earners. So instead of 37, we're going to go for 75. Why not get in contact with people on your teams, find out who else wants to earn Christmas cash, and let's do it. It'll be awesome. All right, Marissa, we're ready for you. Marissa.
Hi.
Hello. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and she was like, hey, you want to pop on our team call? I was like, sure. Hey, you want to pop on ours? So we're going to do this swap. So she's going to share her story. I'm actually really excited for you guys to hear it. Marissa, thank you for being on tonight. I know you're in the midst of bedtimes and all the things with littles, but we're so thankful that you're with us.
But I love this. They all know Tuesday nights are our team call nights. So everybody in the family knows how it goes on Tuesdays. But I'm so excited to share with you guys. So I am Marissa Almond. I am an Emerald. And in fact, I want to share this little story real quick of when I first met Megan, because I have always loved Megan. I don't even know if you remember this, Megan, but Jordan Roddenberry is my diamond upline. And by the skin of my teeth, I earned this retreat to Arkansas. And Jordan was hosting something for us. It was a Ruby's, it was like a senior Ruby thing. And I had just barely hit senior Ruby. And so I last minute decided to go on this trip to Arkansas, where I have never been. And I had never met most of the people that I was seeing in person. It was like a whole new brand new thing. Because if you don't know, I moved very quickly in my business early on. And so I went Senior Ruby like in 2020 when nobody was seeing anybody. And so anyway, went to this retreat in Arkansas. And then Jordan drags us along to a retreat that Jessica Heffley was doing when Megan was there. And all of these other people that I had been watching videos and all of this, I'm like, oh my gosh, where are we going? What is happening? We pull up and there's like all these Lexuses parked in the driveway. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Here's just like this little old me. And I hardly even knew what I was doing in this business at the time, truthfully. And they open the door and they're all in their pajamas. And they're all like hanging out in their pajamas, having breakfast and coffee. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so relieved. I was so relieved. And it was such an incredible, like that retreat, I always go back to was like such a pivotal moment for me in this business. Just getting to meet other women that were so like that I just looked up to and inspired in so many ways. Being so gracious and asking questions and wanting to know about our journey, and just so open to sharing all of the knowledge. And ever since then, I've just been like, I love these women. They have no idea how much they impacted me. But I remember Megan was there with like a baby on her hip, and it was so cool. And so anyway, ever since then, I've just always looked up to Megan and Jessica Heffley and all of your whole crew, Megan, all of the diamonds that were there. It was just like, they were so open. Anyway, so that's my story of when I first met Megan. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that was the first time.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember. That was so sweet. I remember Jordan bringing a whole, entourage of girls in, and that was really, really fun. The way it worked out.
It was all of us that had just freshly went Senior Ruby. So, anyway, I got so much knowledge, so much information. And truthfully, for me, it was also probably something you don't know. It was sort of the beginning of a journey for me in my spirituality too. And we had a whole session there where we were talking about scripture and all these things. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was like such a moment where I just felt like was very pivotal. So anyway, that's probably something that you didn't know, but I remember Jordan being like, are you okay? Like, I'm okay. Is this too much? No, it's perfect. So anyway, but a little bit about my story. So I started in 2020 and just for the products. I just came for the products. I was a new mom again. So I have 4 kids. This is my oldest right here. I have 4 kids and I had just had my 3rd little girl. And, I was just like, my friend posted about this pink drink and anxiety and how it's connected to gut health. And I was like, that sounds like me. And I was a little nervous to do anything outside of natural because I had just had this baby and was nursing and all these things. And so I gave it a try, really just like, I told my husband, I'm going to do this like 30-day thing. No big deal. And literally 5 years later, here we are. But I loved it. I just loved the products. I felt so confident using the products. They brought me this joy and this life that I felt like I had really been missing for a long time. And so I think because of that inspiration that I was feeling in my health and that confidence I was able to show up with in life, just in general. And I was getting some of that feedback from my husband, noticing that I was, postpartum doing so much better than the last time around. And these things that when my friend that I signed up with, Katie Burns, if any of you know who that is, she's met Upline. When she spoke to me about hosting an event, she was like, this is something that I do. I do this for everybody that I sign up. We do a private little Facebook event. And truthfully, you guys, like I was the worst host. I just like invited people. It was bad. And I was hardly paying attention when the event was on. But afterward, the conversations that I got into with people after the event was really what like just shifted my thinking a little bit, because I knew in using the products, that there were people in my life that I was already telling them about. My mom, my sisters, they were noticing, like they're seeing me, they're hearing me, we're on the phone. We didn't live in the same state at the time, so we were FaceTiming a lot and all of that. But they were noticing, and so I was already talking to them about it. But when I was having conversations with these other random people that I invited to this online event, which I didn't even really know what it was, I was realizing how much more they could offer to people, and people outside of who I was originally thinking would use the products actually needed them. And then the really cool part in doing one of those events is I saw other women like Jordan and some of those other ladies that went on live in the event sharing their testimony. And so for me, it wasn't even just hosting an event to share with other people. It was a belief building moment for me. And so I think what happened from there was it trickled down and how simple it could be for me to go do that for someone else. And the simplicity in that system and that duplication is really what took off my business and why we grew so fast, because I just did exactly what my sponsor did. I signed people up and then I said, hey, I host this event for everybody. It's super simple. You invite some friends. I do all the lead work. I'll have some people share some stories, and then I just help you follow up. And if they love it, great. If not, that's okay too. And it was a very chill, cool, and calm. But I just was developing silver after silver. And you know how it is, like once you start doing that, sometimes a silver takes off and goes gold, and sometimes they don't. But that was happening. Then silvers turned into golds, and golds turned into senior golds. You know what I mean? And so we ended up going emerald 2 years later. So we moved pretty quick. And I went emerald too, just so that you guys know, with one ruby leg. And my team was very wide because, like I said, I was just duplicating over and over for every person that I signed up. And so I had one ruby leg, like a couple senior golds, handful of golds, ton of silvers, lots of people in my VO that had 6 and 12 points when we went emerald. So like if you're feeling like I can't go emerald because I don't have this big strong leg, I just want you to hear that you can. It was a lot of people doing a little, really, that got us there. And so since then, it has been a little bit of a struggle since then, because we went emerald. We held emerald for quite a while. We got our plexus lexus right in time for us to have our fourth baby, which we needed a car because I drove a Ford Fusion with 3 car seats in the back. And so, of course, as soon as I was able to get the Lexus, we went and got the GX so that we could fit the whole family in the car. And we drove home the baby in a car that everybody could ride in. And we still have it and we love it. And it's such a blessing for us. But truthfully, since then, so I started my business, we lived in Utah. We have moved 5 times since then because my husband is a college football coach. And so since then, it has been move after move after move. And when I was talking to Megan about this, I said, it is a blessing because you get the chance to expand your network, right? Like I'm living in all these different places and I'm meeting all kinds of different people. But at the same time, it can be a struggle internally too, because you're having that sense of not a lot of stability, right? You're not really grounded. You don't have your people. You don't have a community. And honestly, through all of this, like my Plexus community has been my rock. Like it has been everything that I needed that I had no idea going into Plexus was going to be something that kept me here, something that I love the most. I mean, these girls that I work with, I talk to every day. They are like my best friends. They know everything about me, the good and the bad. And it is, no, thanks. Leave it in. But it is amazing. And so with that, and the reason that I share this is because it makes me think of, if you've been watching Diamonds and December videos, a lot of what Rebecca talked about today in that ownership in deciding, we have been so busy through these years of building, like being a new mom again, moving again, new communities, new jobs, all the things. And so had I never taken a lot of that ownership and writing things down and carving out time to work, there's no way we would even still have the team that we have now, or be able to bring in new people or be able to maintain such an incredible customer base and this baseline that I've had for years and years. Even if take the Emerald Re-Rank out of it, at this point, I have an incredible team that has been that I've been able to sustain and maintain for so long, that I think that speaks to the products, that speaks to the community. And really, I think we just have something here that a lot of other network marketing companies can't say that they have in that, which is so special to me. And so with that being said, there has been a lot of struggle with, that figuring out like, okay, I know this person, but when is the good time to mention Plexus, right? Like, because I'm meeting all these new people. And so that has been something that I have been really refining in me, the personal development that has come along in this business and working through move after move after move. And the way that those, more challenging times teach you things that you wouldn't learn in the momentum times has been like just tenfold. I mean, when I think about the person that I am now, as opposed to the person that I was, even when we went Emerald those 2 years into my business, because I remember in that time frame, I thought, gosh, look how different I am, going, building this Emerald team to when I first started. I mean, my confidence was incredibly different. I grew up somebody that was very shy, very quiet, very low self-esteem and confidence. And so in coming into Plexus, it brought out this whole different version of me that was so free and so open and just so beautiful. Like it was just a whole different way of a perspective, really. And then thinking about even the person that I've been since then is even more different. The maturity is different. The confidence, just the vision really for what can happen, because just we continue to refine, but only if we allow us the time to do that. Because admittedly, there have been times where I'm sitting in some victim land. And thankfully, I have people in my corner like Jordan and other people. If you know Jordan, she's gonna be like, well, and she's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to turn that thought, right? She's not going to tell you what to do. She's going to ask you a really tough question that's going to make you have to figure out how to change that thought from living in victim land to victor. And so there has been just a lot of growth in that. And I think that's the point that I wanted to get across is I could easily be like, well, at one point my business was here, but I feel so refreshed. I really do. And coming into this era of Plexus with the icon and all the great things that we've had going on right now, it has been so many doors to open where you can share that possibility with other people. We have something really incredible here, and it feels very refreshing. It feels very inspiring and encouraging to be able to share that with somebody new. And it takes me right back into that place when I first started, that I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't heard about this. Let me tell you all about it, because you're so excited to be able to pass that on to someone else. Because I think when I first went Emerald, really, I was on a timeline. I was like, I'm about to have this baby. We need to have this car. I don't even have a car to fit this fourth baby in. And we were on a timeline, and we literally made it happen. We went Emerald in March, and then you have to re-rank again. So we got the car in May. Baby was born in June. Like it was like I planned it and we made it happen that way, but it was so much driven by what it was in my timeline and what I needed to do. And what I'm learning in this season is that this season is refining me to be able to have that much passion to be able to pass that on to someone else. It's not really about my timeline anymore and what I need or what I'm looking for. It's about who else I can inspire to also prove to themselves that they can do that. Enlighten their life, give them the confidence that they need, and less about, let me show you what I can do, and I think there is a time and a place for that kind of thought, but it only takes you so far. And that's what I love about this business is you can just continue to grow and you continue to change and you continue to really surprise yourself with what more can come. So Megan, I'm not sure if that gave you all the things that you guys were looking for, if you have any other follow-up questions, but kind of what I've got in my story.
Love it. I love
awesome.
it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I was just thinking, it triggered a thought. I shared this on a call a week ago. I think it came to me. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort is the enemy. And so you were sharing, like, you were uncomfortable. Like, you knew baby's coming. We got to be able to get a different vehicle to fit the next baby in. Like, so that created some urgency. And like, this business doesn't work if you're too comfortable and if you're not urgent enough. And I shared that hunger is actually an ally. So, and this came to me during my devotion time a week or two ago. Comfort is the enemy and hunger is our ally. So don't forget those two things, but that's exactly what you were sharing with your story. And
it's so interesting that you say that, because just a few weeks ago, I was talking to Jordan and she was helping me work through some thoughts and things like she does. And I told her after we had a call, and then it was a few days passed, and she checked on me and said, okay, how's it going? You know, like we had the good coaching conversation. And I said, you know, it's interesting. I feel that hunger. Like that's that's exactly how I described it to her. Is I said, I feel that hunger again. Like it feels like it's not just something that I have to do or that I need to do. I want it. I crave it. Like I remember when I first started, I craved working my Plexus business. And sometimes you hit those seasons where it's like, you try to avoid the VO and you try to avoid like all the things, right? But I haven't felt like that since. And I think it's just because you have those moments where you just need to, you need to almost really break down whatever that thought is, whatever that thing is that's holding you back that you don't want to admit you're really doing, right? Mm-hmm. And having those people in your corner to help you do that. But really, she couldn't do it for me, right? Yeah. Like you have to do the work yourself. And so if you're in that place too, where you're the sponsor of somebody that you're trying to help do that, and just free yourself of that. You can't do it for them. They will figure it out in time. And so, and that hunger will come back. And when it does, it's so amazing. It's so exciting. It's so exhilarating. And not in a way where like, I mean, I have 4 kids. We're busy. We're on the go. I teach full time. It's not like I can sit and just be like hustling and doing Plexus all day. That is not my life at all. But I'm able to, just like Rebecca said, like choose those times in my day where I'm like, this is what I'm committed to. And it's incredible what you can get done in 40 minutes when you know all you have is that 40 minutes, as opposed to being like, well, I have all day to send 4 messages. Like you're probably not even going to send them, you know? So giving yourself that really structured time for me is super helpful. The amount of work that I get done sitting in the car, doing a pickup or whatever is like more than I probably get done sitting at my desk.
I so agree. And I think that, well, my mom's always said busy people get more done. And I think because we have to be urgent, we have to get it done quickly. We have to work quickly. And sometimes actually when we have less time, it makes us more efficient to get the most important things done. And so I love that you're sharing this about your story, because I feel like it showcases that you can do this at working full time. You have 4 children in the home. Like your life is busy, it's full, but you're still doing this. And I think that's the beauty of what we do is like, I honestly can't imagine if I had a whole open day, like every single day was open and I could just, you know what I mean? Like this business is conducive. Even when I'm on trips, like I will work in a chunk, and then like I'm ready to like 90 minutes and then I'm ready to go do something else. Like my brain needs something different. And so I think that's the beauty of this is like it does plug into our day, and it can be a piece of our day. It's not the entire day. And Justin and I have said this for years, like this is not the only thing we do. Like we have a lot of other things that we're doing, that we're invested in, that we have on our plate, we have on our brain. And I think it makes us interesting people. I remember Jessica Heffley saying that if you want to grow your business, like be an interesting person, like go do things. Don't just be stuck behind the computer. You know, like people are attracted to people that are like going and doing and making things happen. Guys, please chime in the chat something that resonated with you from what Marissa shared. Let's just give her a thank you for sharing with us. I thought it was so timely. I love how you shared about your Emerald team and like what that looked like. I think sometimes we have in our brain like it's this, all these, which it is a lot of people, but the amount of people working the business with us when you go Emerald is typically a short crew. I remember on my reentry when I did that not this past summer, but the summer before, like short crew. And then it's expanded from there. But yeah, that's how.
And Jordan's always said from the very get-go, she's told me this even when I went gold, like the team that gets you gold, or even the team that gets you ruby is not going to be the same team that gets you emerald. And it's been that for me too. It's very true. A lot of the people that went emerald with me, a lot of those people are not here anymore. And it's all new people. And so it's so encouraging to think about. I literally think every single day, I am so excited to meet the team that will go diamond with me. Like I think that thought every day because I don't know who that person's going to be, and that person's going to impact me just as much as this opportunity is going to impact them. And so just those thoughts are very powerful, and it keeps me very inspired because you meet people all day, right? And you never know who that person will be that comes into your life. So yeah. Did I freeze?
So good. Oh my goodness. So good. Okay. We're hopping on Marissa's team call. So we've got to roll, but I just wanted to leave you with, don't forget, this is the last month for Leaders Retreat Contest. You guys, I was on an advisor board call like a week ago. This is just between you guys, me and us and the Fence Host. It's about halfway earned. So like there's still plenty of space for you guys to all earn it. We just have always encouraged people like front load. Don't wait till December 28th to decide to push for it because you're probably going to end up way farther than you realized. So work at the first half of this month. There's a lot of things coming. There's a lot of things out there for us. I won't spill the beans completely, but there are things where you want to be working the first 2 weeks in December. Okay. We'll be able to spill all the beans soon, but Leaders Retreat Contest, just imagine sunny Cancun, Mexico in dreary February. And yes, you definitely want to earn Plexus trips. They are incredible, out of this world amazing, so worth the work that it's going to take to put into it and get it mapped out. We have that. And then we also have Icon. So I know a lot of you have already recruited your 10 new level ones plus. This is a team of top recruiters. So proud of everybody. Laser focus on the senior silvers. Make yourself have conversations. I love what Marissa shared. This is something that I feel like we dropped the ball on. When you sign people, as soon as you sign them, you say, hey, I do an event for every single person that signed up. Like that is so simple. It's so insanely simple, but we're not doing it. So let's try that. And that would make it really easy to kickstart that duplication if you're on the struggle bus with that, but that you help every person. And maybe you haven't in the past, but you're starting this month. You can even say, hey, this month I am starting a new thing in my business. I'm hosting an event for all my friends or anyone new that's getting started. You invite your friends. I do all the heavy lifting. Are you game? And then you tell them I have Thursday at 7 or I have Tuesday at 7. You give them 2 times, they pick. And it's going to be a filtering process. You're going to have some people that don't reply. You're going to have some people that give you an excuse of why they can't or want to do it next month. And then you're going to have some that say yes. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Thank you, Marissa, for popping on. We will see you on your call. Is that at 8 or 8:15? Are you a different time zone?
8:15. I'm Eastern time, but 8:15. 8:15 for you.
Did we miss it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Shoot. Okay.
No, about 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.